Welcome. Tonight's program will dive deep into fringe knowledge of lost, hidden, and suppressed truths about the nature of our reality. The decoding process can be uncomfortable and at times frightening. However, you are not alone on this journey of understanding. Welcome to the Shadow Band Podcast.
I saw it.
Hello.
What is wrong? Hit the button again.
Hold on.
Do it manually. Go to layout on the right. Down. Right there. Go to grid. There you go.
I can do it on my side too. I keep forgetting. Oh, it's messed up again.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude,
The Stream Deck's acting up.
it's not even the Stream Deck. It's Riverside.
Just did it again.
It's Riverside.
All right, hold on. I'll do it on my end. Don't touch it.
I'm not touching it.
All right, don't touch it. I got it.
All right.
It's Riverside.
It's Riverside. Riverside's being retarded. Oh, can you say that? Can we say that?
R worded.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's fixed.
It's grid right now.
There we go. Anyways, what up, bro?
Not much, dude. Just chilling,
Yeah.
as
We were
always.
We were just talking before hitting the old go live button that we uploaded some episodes, and of course they're crushing, you know. So
Thank you for the watches, everybody.
yep, much
The
appreciated.
views.
I did read some of the comments too that came through on, I think it was on Spotify, it might have been Apple Podcasts. Somebody was pissed that the audio was jacked in the first minute or two of the episode. So if I could get some of the chatters in the live right now, just confirm for us that the audio levels are relatively equal here, so
Let
that
me
we don't have
see.
that
I
so
feel
we don't have
like
digital assassin commenting on our shit again.
what's wrong with this thing? My ears.
These guys, man, degenerates. What does that say?
It's randomly typing stuff in the message.
Yeah, Riverside's hacked,
Without me
bro.
even touching it. It just typed a 2. I haven't even touched it.
Yeah, we're hacked.
It might be your computer.
I don't know.
Could be.
It might be your
Another two.
computer.
Could be.
Up.
But
You're hacked.
anyways,
Let me check.
Apparently.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I don't know. What is this?
Bless
The free
up.
episode? I couldn't hear
Bless up,
Charlie at
yo.
all. I was like, he was a whole ass room away from his mic.
No.
But that's a couple episodes ago. Yeah, you know. Yeah, what? You know. Yeah, what? You know.
Currently
Yeah,
not
what?
listening to it.
You know.
What's going on?
Currently
Yeah,
not
what? You know.
What's going on? Oh, I'm good. Audio's good.
Yeah, you were tripping me out with that.
We're good, babies. I don't know. It's like some loop.
Tripping me out, brah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, so
Bro.
what are we talking about, man? What are we doing?
Well, I mean, let's check in on a couple of things first. Does anybody care about this Bill Clinton? No, still.
What happened with Bill Clinton now?
Oh. Did we see that all the grand jury stuff with the Epstein file is going to stay sealed?
I didn't see that. When did that happen?
Who'd have thunk?
Is that new?
I just saw that this morning.
Oh.
I just saw it this morning. Grand jury case, whatever, to remain sealed. I'm no
We're never-
lawyer guy. I don't know what exactly that means, but it sounds like bullcrap.
Yeah.
Sealed means no one knows anything.
Malarkey.
You're allowed to know.
Well, not surprised. Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer died like a week ago or two, right? Right in the middle of like Ozzy
guy?
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne died, and then Hulk Hogan died, and also Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer died. So nobody really knew about it, you know?
What ironic timing.
Oops.
Whoa.
Probably nothing.
Happens.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
You'll never know, dude. You'll never know.
That's true.
Well, oh well.
What else happened? You've been watching the
But
news,
like
man?
we were saying last episode, dude, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I just randomly went on Instagram and saw grand jury. I did see another Google. What is sometimes like when you pull Google up, just blank. It's got like a bunch of.
Well,
That was cool.
Cream's got hacked. He's gone.
Everybody's getting hacked tonight.
Well, that's what I look like on camera. Jesus. Ugh. Looking
this.
looking decrepit right now. Gotta trim this beard up. Looking old. Well, we're gonna probably talk about some numerology and gematria
If Creamer comes
if
back.
Creamer comes back. So I guess we'll find out. We'll see.
I can't tell anything because it's in a commercial.
Yeah, well, we'll see him here before it's live on the thing. So we'll see. He might text me. If he texts me that it's not working, if he lost internet, we're just gonna shut it down because I'm not gonna sit here and talk to myself for an hour. That's just weird. How's everybody in the chat doing?
Someone on YouTube, OI, said, "Nah, you look good, bro."
I look good, bro.
Yeah, you do.
Think so? I'm gray. Look, I'm getting gray in the beard, man. A lot of gray. And I gotta shave my head. I've been slacking. I got that receding hairline going right now. Whee!
Kenzar said Crystal was biased.
Give me my beanie, please. I gotta cover up this mop on my head.
Well, hang on.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna fix this for you. You guys don't have to look at this all night. Yeah, give me the Tesseract beanie. Shout out to Tesseract for having the coolest merch.
Had a Premiere open in another window.
What happened, bro? We talked about Epstein's lawyer and you just got nuked, huh?
Well, I mean, I started to not be Jewish for a second, so they shut me down.
Started to not be Jew.
I'm sorry. Assalamu alaikums. No, I had Adobe Premiere open in another window. I forgot about it, and it was like probably nuking my system.
Yeah, I was gonna say you looked a little fuzzy before you got nuked there.
Or disconnected.
It didn't look fuzzy on there, though.
It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we're gonna talk about some numerology. Numerology stuff tonight.
Some numero unos, yeah, dude.
Some gematria. Have you looked into that at all since we spoke briefly?
I mean, I know a little bit about it. I'm not super like I don't know what all the numbers, but I know how it all works, kind of.
yeah, I'm not the guy to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What was interesting though, like there's those like you say something and then you see it and it happens or whatever. We were just talking about we're gonna talk about this, and then I was on my other channel, Story Time with Uncle Charlie, and I was reading the in the beginning of Luke, the genealogy of Jesus, whatever, from God to Adam to all the way to Jesus, 77 generations. I was like,
70s.
that's a freaking number, bro.
Hold up. See, what I did, I went into Grok, right? And I prompted Grok. I said, "Hey, I want you to act as a gematria calculator. I will type words, names, phrases, and dates, and I want you to decode them in gematria and or numerology for me." So it did like its whole weird little loading thing, and it was like, boom, got you, ready to go, waiting for inputs.
Ooh, sick, dude.
So let me type that in real quick. 77, right? That's the.
Yeah.
I'm just type in the number 77 and see what it has to say about the number 77. 77 in gematria. 7 equals 7. 7 equals 7, which combined equal 14, right? 14 in numerology is equal or reduces down to 5, right? 1 plus 4 is 5, right? 5 is the number for freedom, change, and adaptability. Adaptability. What does that mean? I don't know, but it's interesting. What I found interesting, and I told Crystal about this before we started the show, the first prompt that I gave it, I just typed in the name of the show, Shadow Band Podcast, right? And it spit out all the numbers and the equations and all of it reducing down, but basically it reduces down to communication, material success, and community.
Bro, let's go. Come on.
That hits, right? I mean,
That's us, dude. If you ask Chat GPT to look at all of our episodes and describe them in just a couple of words, it would say whatever you just said. That's what it would say.
it's true, man. It's true. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I also typed in 2030, right? The date that spooks us out, 2030. And it reduces all the way down to freedom, change, and adaptability.
Probably most numbers do.
Well, there's only 9
Numbers.
right? Because when you get back to 10, that's 1,
Yeah.
right? And 11 is 2, 12 is 3, right? So you have 1 through 9 basically.
Yep.
And 1 is like the number for creation or the beginning, and 9 boils down to the end, right? And then everything in between is like different,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay. So yeah, there's really only 9 total, but it is interesting that you get like certain things, like Shadow Band Podcast, like communication.
It's like a juxtaposition because it's Shadow Band and a podcast, but it's still like it's a double play on communication is like a double speak for our name, because being banned but also having a podcast, it's 2 different sides of communication. It's pretty tight. I like that.
Yeah, I typed NASA,
Oh boy.
right?
You're
NASA.
just putting the hot ones in.
I'm just putting the hot ones in. I just want to see like what it boils down to. NASA boils down to power, authority, and new beginnings.
I mean, space, the final frontier.
Right? There's something there. I was watching this video the other day. I forget the guy's name, but he's like the gematria guy, right? He's especially when it comes to like pop culture and politics, like he knows all the numbers and all the things and everything. And he was talking about the letter X, and he was saying that the letter X is super powerful. You know what? I got it here. So let me just play it because I found it really interesting when he broke that down. Give me just one quick second here. Here we go. No, I lost it. It's not here. I don't have it. I'll find it though. Talk for a second. Let me
Look for
find it.
it. So back to the genealogy thing. So I was looking up like the significance of 77, and obviously, anything in like Hebrew, if it's doubled, or Aramaic, if it's doubled, that means like to the max. So if you said like I'm very, very something, that is like I'm to the max of whatever this thing is, or you are dead. That's like you are annihilated. When they say that Jesus is, or God is holy, 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 it's like even more than all that you could, whatever. So anyways, double sevens is like the most complete something can be. And then also 7 is like a number of completion, and then 11 is associated with like transitioning from chaos to order, or vice versa. And so having 7 completions of those transitions of chaos to order was kind of like it's the completeness of all the transitions. And then there were some other things in there that get more into like the actual significance of like the number assignment in the Hebrew and Aramaic languages. But it was pretty sick. I was like, wow, what are the odds? Because it could have been one less and then have like not that much significance.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the whole thing that makes it like kind of spooky and weird, right? Now, of
It's got
course, a
the
lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, it's just pseudoscience, right? Like you're just, it's woo." But there's something to it because uh, there's like with the X thing. I can't find the video. I just don't want to spend too much time looking for it. But basically, the gist of it was that, and he was using Elon Musk as an example. He was like, "Look, man, he's got X. He's got SpaceX, right? He named his kid X. He's like obsessed with X, right?
he says
And
Donut Factory is the gematria guy.
who the hell is fucking potential
About to get
spam?
about to get swatted, dude.
Potential spam calls. Um, but he was saying that X is something about like I think he was saying it boils down to like exploration or the unknown, right? And he's got the Tesla Model X, and there's something there, right? You have this guy like Elon who, at least the perception that he puts out into the world is that he's like, pushing us further into the future, right? With these technologies and these companies that he's running. But he names
Yeah.
them all X, and X boils down to like the unknown, right? Or like discovery or like some version of this. So it makes you wonder, or it makes me wonder at least, like, there's an old saying: the millionaires look at the what is it? The millionaires look at the stock market, billionaires look at the sky, look at the stars. It's like once you get to that level, that billionaire level, and not all billionaires, but once you get to that higher echelons of society, like you're looking at things in a different way than regular schmucks are looking at things. Like you're trying to decode the sky clock in a way, or
Yeah.
the universal, the matrix. You're decoding it in a different way.
Let me see. There's something. Ah, man, my brother was telling me about this that Elon Musk's dad, I believe, Errol Musk, is was part of like this group that was. Dang it, man! I wish I knew more about this. Um, he's part of some group. They were like not a cult, but kind of like a movement or whatever. That was they would like remove they would not be named whatever their name is. They would change their name to like a symbol or a number, and then there was like some power or significance in that and whatever. And his dad was like part of it, and then became like high ranking in it, I believe, and assigned Elon. He has another name. It's whatever the symbol is, and it's possibly that his name is X something. And then he went and named his child Ash whatever, which is like another number. I believe it's a number. And then he named his company X, and the other one like he's got. So yeah, there is something with the numbers, but you're not like the gematria part is like just like a layer of it. There's like a whole movement that his dad was part of, or maybe his grandfather too, that was part of this thing. Like it's legit. It goes generationally. It's not just like he's not just on some sort of like tangent. Like this is generationally. There's a significance to their names,
Yeah.
and also changing their names to numbers.
Yeah, I remember actually reading about that one day, like a couple years ago. His grandfather, I think, was part of some society. I don't know if it
Yep.
was like a secret society or if it was like the intel agencies. Like he was just part of one of these spooky, you know, groups, and that kind of stuff makes me wonder too. Because when you really look at it, you look at any of these people, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, whoever it is, you find out that like, oh shit, even Trump, right? Like Trump's uncle was the guy who like got the documents from Tesla when Tesla died. It's like it's never like these people just came up from nothing and into something. Like there's a long lineage of like spooky behavior. A lot of it's like behind the scenes, but it makes sense because if you go back a couple generations, none of this stuff was in like the zeitgeist in the mainstream, you know, thought. Right now we have the internet and stuff, so like this kind of weird stuff gets put out there and people talk about it and people speculate on it. But like Elon's grandfather, he didn't have to worry about that. Everybody's getting their information from black and white televisions and newspapers, and there was only like one fucking channel. So it's like, it's easy to keep everything under wraps and keep all that like weird, spooky secret society stuff hidden from everybody back then. Where now it's a little bit harder.
I find
I wouldn't even say it's harder because now they just muddy the waters with everything. Like there's no way to know what's true. They could just like the intel agencies themselves and the secret societies themselves will put misinformation out on the internet to get guys like you and me caught up in the wrong rabbit hole, you know?
Yeah, like you'll never. So they'll do all these exposés on everything, right? All sorts of exposés. That's it, dude. You got it. The member of the technocracy movement in the 30s. I got it. I just found it here. What is that? Is that dirty? Is that Shinobi's? I'm trying to see. Is it? I can't see. Oh, it's not highlighting. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, thanks for that. Let me put that on the stream. Thank you. Okay, let me read real quick. Elon Musk's grandfather, Joshua N. Haldeman, was a prominent figure in the technocracy movement, which advocated for a world run by engineers and scientists rather than politicians. He was part of the Technocracy Incorporated in Canada before moving to South Africa. This movement was known for two provocative practices: replacing personal names with numeric designations, such as assigning followers labels like 1X 1809X56, like a synth from friggin' Fallout 4. And Haldeman himself was reportedly referred to as, put this in your gematria, 10450-1. See what that adds up to.
50 like -1.
Yeah, 10450-1.
10450-1.
Sometimes adding X to these numeric names, giving a dehumanized coded identity to the numbers. This historical context sheds light on why Elon and prominently his partner Grimes, is that his wife?
His ex-wife.
Ex-wife, whatever, Grimes, might have chosen such numeric symbol for naming conventions for their children. In particular, Elon and Grimes named their son X Ash A dash XII, I don't know what that means, which includes the number X and other elements, whatever. Observers, naming mirrors, yep. Society commentary.
So 10450-1 boils down to 11, master number, intuition, enlightenment, and spiritual insight. 11 is a master number. In fact, Crystal knows this about me. I have this weird OCD tick where when I set things like the radio dial in the car or something like that, I always set it to 11, 22, and 33, right? Because I don't know the full power of those three numbers, but I know that 11 is a master number, 22 is like the master builder number, right? And 33 is another one of these master numbers, right? And I know that the elites use those three numbers in a lot of their like whatever, their magic practices and stuff like that. So one of my ticks that I've developed over the years, like I always turn the dial to 11, 22, 33, right? If I'm cranking it, I'll crank it up to 44, right? But yeah, that number 10450-1 is at 11, master number.
So what is the, I don't know, and this might not be your forte, but like, what is the point in reducing the numbers down to just two numbers if you are like, what's the point of having like a big sequence of numbers if you're just going to reduce it down to just one or two numbers?
I don't know the why. I'm sure somebody knows the why. I could probably ask Grok to explain that. What?
Kenzar saying, Kramer, you're a tad bit quiet. Jeff, you're louder.
I just upped it.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I just upped it.
Yeah, I'm not
Thanks,
sure
Kurtz.
why you would boil it down. We'll ask that in a second, but I did ask it to break down the master numbers for me, right? Just so that we can kind of understand that, because I feel like you said, there's so many numbers and all that. Like, let's just stick with like the three master numbers for a minute. So it says master numbers in numerology 11, 22, and 33 carry heightened spiritual and vibrational significance, not reduced to single digits. So those numbers don't reduce to single digits. 11, intuition, enlightenment, spiritual insight, represents vision, inspiration, and heightened awareness. Challenges include anxiety or overthinking. So there's this thing where people like will get their life path via numerology. So they'll put their like name, their birth date, and they'll boil it all down, and they'll get like a number, right? So if you put your name in a numerology calculator and you come up with an 11, right? You most likely have these traits, right? Heightened awareness, inspiration, spiritual insight. A lot of psychics boil down to 11s, right? But they're also like anxious and they overthink, these types of things, right? The number 22, master builder number, practical practical idealism, turning dreams into reality, combines discipline with vision. Challenges involve overwhelm or procrastination. And then 33, master teacher number, compassion and selflessness, focusing on uplifting humanity and creative expression. Challenges include self sacrifice or emotional burden. Higher master numbers, 44, 55, etc., are debated but less common, often reduced. So 44 would be reduced to 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 55 would reduce to 1 because 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So that's kind of the debate. Are they master numbers or do they reduce? Master numbers amplify potential and challenges requiring balance. So you do have to have some sense or some belief rather in like, it's a little new agey, but like I always say, there's definitely truths to it all, right? Not to say everything in new age is like 100%, but there's things there, right? Like I know crystals hold energy, right? Now, can I just carry a crystal in my pocket and like manifest my reality? No. But can you like, are there scientific studies showing that crystalline structures like hold information, hold light, right? Hold data? Yes. So there's something there. So it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. What classifies something as new age? It's not that it's new because this stuff is old. This is ancient.
Right. Well, a lot. So that's the thing too, right? With what's considered new age is like the newer versions, I guess, or the newer interpretations of a lot of the things like the Kabbalah, right? Like numerology, gematria, right? Like crystal practices, um, you know, astrology, right? Like all of those things would be considered new age. I think that's a psyop, though, if I'm being completely honest with you, because I do think that there is like real power there. There's real magic in those practices, right? That are ancient, like you said.
Yeah. As soon as you say something's new age, everybody goes, oh, okay.
Right. It's like,
I'm not into that.
like when I didn't wear shoes for a year, right? That was new agey, right? People used to make fun of me, and it was a whole thing. You remember, I used to go to Thanksgiving. Went to Thanksgiving one year, and everybody was kind of like poking at me a little bit because I wasn't wearing shoes, right? Well, years and years later, now we both know that if you go outside and walk in the grass barefoot, like it is good for you, right? So, and there's a lot of reasons why. Like there's well,
Yeah.
there's like physical in this 3D reality reasons why it's good for you, right? Your feet are porous, there's antioxidants. The grass will pull antioxidants out through your feet, like all this type of stuff.
Yep.
But you could get into the more kind of like, I don't know what the word is, metaphysical aspects of this, where you're tuning yourself like a tuning fork to the frequencies of the earth, right? You're detaching the rubber soles from your shoes, right? And you're actually grounding yourself and rebalancing your vibrations, your frequencies with that of the earth, right? This is why you see people sometimes they have like copper sheets, right? Stuff like that.
I was gonna get some, but they were just a little too pricey for me. I was like, ugh, I don't know, man. They were like, I don't know. There's like mixed reviews on it. What doesn't do a service to a lot of the new age practices is like trying to oversell it.
Yeah.
And then, oh, this is gonna cure your cancer and all this kind of like that's okay, chill. It might. There's placebo, and there's also just mindset. If you believe it, your body will do things. But it's like people are like, oh, my back still hurts after sleeping on this. It's like, yeah, you probably sleep like an idiot, or you need like a massage or something. Like, it's just not going to restructure your, your anatomy. But
Right.
if you're, it might help. So I was like, ah, man, the reviews on this stuff. But there's for sure like grounding is a thing. Putting like grounding your vegetables and stuff, putting like a copper tube or copper wire through the ground. It's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing, because the plants are in the earth. They should be able to just do that. I don't know what copper does, but I mean, I've seen enough people do it to where it's like, yeah, I even tried it and I had some crazy growth on my plants. And I was like, huh, interesting.
Yeah,
And I didn't
there's
even do it
something
right.
there. There's something there, and that's the thing about the copper sheets too. I mean, you don't have to go buy the $500 copper sheet set. You can literally do the same thing. You can drive a copper stake into the ground outside your bedroom window, run a really small copper wire through the crack of your window, tape it to the bottom of your mattress, and sleep across that, and you're still getting the same effect, right? So like, and
Yeah.
I've seen people do that. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but there's something there, and it's the same thing with like numerology and in gematria, right? And again, these people in the secret societies or the higher echelons of society, they understand this, and they make moves. They move a certain way in the world based on things like numerology, gematria, astrology, and these types of things, right? Like, I don't know any examples off the top of my head, but I know that I've heard this
Dude,
a
there's
million
cycles of
times.
economies.
Cycles
Everything
and
is
yeah,
cycles. You got to
yep,
think the whole universe is oscillations, which is just movements in rhythm and a frequency. So there's numbers to all of it, right? There's numbers to all of it. If you know anything about music, it's all numbers. You watch that dude Pup Star or whatever his name is on Instagram, who drums to like 216 over 16, or it's just like ridiculous time signatures. He can drum in Morse code. It's all numbers. Everything
yep.
is just numbers and rhythms and patterns, and you can communicate in Morse, whatever. Everything is just numbers and frequencies. So if life happens or human patterns happen in these same frequencies, then you can time things out. Every 42 years or every whatever it is, you go, oh, historically, because they read, every almost generation or every generation and a half, there is a thing that happens every however many years. And then they just time it. That's way more predictive than the stock market, which is easily manipulatable.
Yeah, yeah, and here I just actually got some examples of this too. So, here are some notable connections between company founding dates and their gematria numerology values based on available data from Xposts. Nokia, Nokia, 1865. I didn't even know that shit started in 1865. That's crazy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. 1865? That's before the car, dude.
Yep. Nokia, founded by Frederick Idestam and Leo Mechelin, emphasizing partnership, aligning with the numerology of two, right? The date
Wait.
1865 boils down to two.
Nokia, the cell phone company,
Yep.
was by not Japanese people?
I, I'm guessing.
I swore that was a Japanese
I thought it was a
company.
Japanese company too.
Disney. Was Disney started in 1923?
Uh,
Nokia's older than Disney?
didn't they 75 years? 70?
Yeah. No, that'd be over 100.
Disney's 90.
Wow, dude. Is Grok
Yeah.
smoking
Yeah.
crack?
This is Grok. I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, Disney, 1923, harmony and creativity.
Yep.
Right. 1923 boils down to six. Six is the number for harmony and creativity. Microsoft, 1975, boils down to 22. Master builder, practical vision. Right. Apple, 1976, boils down to five. Change and adaptability. Amazon, 1994, boils down to five. Freedom and transformation. Google, 1998, boils down to nine. Humanitarianism, completion. Right. So there's something there. I think that some of these CEOs, when they're starting these companies, they have a idea of what they're doing. They know to start these companies on these certain dates for certain reasons, right?
Do you think it's intentional or inevitable?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like that's where you
Do you
could
think
get
they
it.
get like people who are dialed in, they get pulled into the frequency of the number, the
I,
energy level of the number?
I think some of it is that, right? Like you ever look at the clock and it's like 11:11,
Yeah, you
right?
just happen to like it could be at any other minute of the day, and you just happen to constantly catch it at that moment.
Right. Or like a lot of people will look at triple numbers like 444, right? Which is apparently like a symbol that like your guardian angel is with you, right? Those triple numbers is like a communication from high on high. So 777, 444, 222. Like these are numbers that are like communications from higher than us, right? Letting you know that you're doing a thing. A lot of people who are like diehard, Christians, Catholics, they'll look at that number, they'll see a triple digit number, whether it's on the microwave or on the clock or whatever it is. And they'll take, I forget the way that they phrase this, they'll like take the time, take a moment to like recognize the glory of God, right? Like that's kind of a thing. So, it's the same kind of thing with, I think 1111 is supposed to represent that you're on the right path in whatever it is that you're doing, right? So I think that half of it is that. Half of it is just the universe, because again, I'm a believer that we live in a holographic universe, not necessarily a simulation like the movie The Matrix, but that there's some, you know, holographic nature, some encoded information layer of the universe. And I think that half of this type of stuff, it just comes to you naturally, right? When you're in that flow state, when you're, whether you're being creative and writing music, you know how that is. You start to play the guitar. Next thing you know, you look at the clock, 3 hours went by and you just came up with a banger and you don't even know how you came up with the banger. You weren't even in the mood to do it. But
Yeah.
when you hit that flow state, the information just comes to you like subconsciously, right?
Wait, you catch that wave, that universe wave. It's
Yeah.
like there's some force out there that you just kind of like got carried along by. So there might be something to that where these highly creative individuals, they just get carried along and then nine.
Yep. Yep. 100%. I mean, was it that we were talking about the other day? Was it Einstein that used to fall asleep with was it Einstein, or it was like Benjamin Franklin or Newton or Einstein? One of these guys, right? They used to fall asleep in their chair, in their desk with like a steel ball in their hand, right? And they would purposely hold this ball like this as they dozed off, so that when they finally fell asleep, they would drop the ball and that would wake them up and they would go to writing notes.
Whoa. So what are they in, like theta wave?
Yeah, they're
What
in
is that?
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're in that alternate state of consciousness where the information just flows more easily.
If you did that now, that's new agey. But
Yeah, that's
nah,
new
dude,
age.
they were
Yeah.
doing this hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it's like you as soon as you brand it with something, all of a sudden, nah, that's not.
Yep.
It's not a thing. We don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like you said, I don't know if it's all done purposely. Like I don't know if Homeboy's sitting there and he's like, okay, we have to start this company on this date in order to like catch the wave and ride the wave to success, or if it's just like they just happen to be there, happen to be in the flow state, and the information they might not even be like consciously thinking about it that way at all.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like the universe just makes that thing happen. It's like there's an oscillation, and if you're moving with the rhythm and things are going and everything's just kind of working out, it's gonna fall on a 5 for this, and it's gonna fall on a 9 for that. It's gonna whatever. What I think also like this is another. You'd know more about this than I do. You could just find numbers, which is kind of like so when Hogan and Ozzy died or whatever, and then the other guy died, whatever, the dude from the Cosby Show and ER, whatever this show was, they were like, I saw this guy that was like, let me tell you about these numbers, these 33s that are happening. And he's going into them and he's like, that he died on this date, but he was born on this date. And this is the number. And then Ozzy was born on this date. This is the number. Or he lived to this old. This is the number. And then the guy died on the 33rd floor, whatever the significant, whatever, how he was tying it together. And then just random, like the dude, the other guy that died from the TV show, he grew up on this street. This one, I'm like, bro, you could find 33 in somebody's life if you look hard enough.
For sure.
Throw that one out.
For sure. I mean, I think there is like an aspect of that, like especially with the internet and the way that we all kind of go about this speculation, right? Of course, there's only so many numbers, especially when you're boiling them down to 1 through 9, and then you're also throwing in 11, 22s, and 33s. Like I could find that anywhere if I look hard enough for everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, if there are significances, they should kind of all be on that same, like, this guy died and this guy died and this guy died, and here's the significance of the deaths of their, not like, and he grew up on the street, and this guy, his last grocery bill was this, and blah blah blah. It's like, I feel like, especially when those get tons and tons of views, that's the ops.
It's the ops. I mean, that's probably half of it. The other half is that it's just, it's content farming, right? Like I've been guilty of this. There was a time where I used to like book a guest on this show every week, sometimes 2 every week. And some of those guests, like, no offense if you're listening, like I didn't give a shit. It was just content farming. Like I need to fill a slot this week to get some content. So some of it I think is that too, right? Where these guys will just go on the hunt just so that they can pump out an episode.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you're not doing any service to the actual thing, that there might be something there.
Right.
But you just made it dumb, and now there it goes. And that's why I'm like, nobody's better at doing that than the Secret Services, all those, not the Secret Service, but the intel agencies. They're
Yep.
great at taking something and going, it's stupid now.
Yep. Well, I think that there's another side to that too, where sometimes the events, especially when it comes to like celebrity deaths and things like that, I think that some of those numbers that are like put in the articles, right, or like put in the, official death certificate, and then the article says, oh, he died on the 33rd floor or whatever it is. Like, he probably didn't. I don't know. Maybe he did, but I would be more inclined to believe that that's just a way that people behind the curtain are communicating with each other in public.
Who tells you what floor they died on? Like, go find another article with that in it. You're 100% right, dude. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
What significance is that?
Well, like I said, it's them communicating. Like they have their own beliefs. We've talked about this a million times, right? The people in these cults, they have their own belief systems that none of us fully understand. And they communicate in public in front of us because that's part of the karmic cycle, escaping the karmic cycle situation, right? And it's also like a way to mock everybody else, right? And that in and of itself is a form of like black magic, right? Mocking the public in front of the public, and the public not understanding that it's happening to them, right? I'm about to see.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thanks. But they're communicating something to each other, right? They've got the cipher. They know that they can type the words Hulk Hogan in, 33 into their little cipher and like get the message, whatever that message might be.
I mean, they did this this is how Pizzagate started. It's like, clearly we are talking about something in code, and you're doing it on Ellen. It's like, obviously you're not talking about an actual pizza party or the hot dogs were delicious and you're talking about Beans and Franks. It's not a chance. So I think you're on it, man, with like, who cares what floor they died on? They're at Black Stone.
You got
It was
Black
Black
Stone,
Rock.
you got Black Rock, you got Black Stone. There's both.
I think it was Black Stone that they died 33rd floor. But it's like, yeah, if you were going to try to communicate something, or you were going to say the pizza party was awesome, best pizza I've ever had. That's it. He died on the 33rd floor. You better watch out.
Right. Like
We're
order
punching your ticket.
$42,000 worth of hot dogs for the White House party, right? Like there's something there, dude. Like it's
There's
not just,
something there.
yeah, 100%. Well,
Man, dude, I didn't even think about that.
and speaking of the Pizzagate thing, there was an FBI, I think it was the FBI. They released a thing back in the day where they broke down what those communications were. And they broke down, and I don't remember what the specifics were, but just to give you like an idea, it was like, pizza was, little boy, right? Or little girl, and hot dog was little boy. And then like pepperoni pizza was, little girl under this age or whatever it was. And they had the whole cipher that they released it. It's out there. We could probably look it up and find it. And it was like right when the whole Epstein thing started back in like 2019, 2018, 2019. Yep. So like that's a thing. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah. And the same people that said Epstein didn't do anything or didn't have any of them involved, they're on camera using the code. They also do like the hand gestures and stuff. Like that's not significant. It completely I mean, I think everybody at this point has seen the video of like the girl with John Legend on stage and she hits the Baphomet on camera and doesn't realize it. It's like, or doesn't realize she's on camera. It's like, dude, she wasn't doing it for the camera. They were doing this for a reason. That's not something, you don't just accidentally throw up the 2 up, 2 down. You know what I mean? Like, but they'll be the first ones to also tell you, no, that was nothing. That was an accident. Okay. I'll believe you.
Yep. I was trying to quickly find that thing, but that's probably going to be one that you have to dig for and find. But here's wait, is this the one? Yeah, here's a good one. This guy right here, GG33 Academy on YouTube, right?
Everyone heard what would be a good name for my trucking company. I'll give you an example, and you can use this for yourself. Berkshire Hathaway. Everyone knows what Berkshire Hathaway is. So Berkshire Hathaway is one of the richest companies in the world, and it starts B and H. The B is the second letter. H is the 8th letter. So right in there, the initials BH, Berkshire Hathaway, you have 28. So I hope that helps you name your own company, my friend.
So when you get to 28, let me just type in what 28 is.
That'd tend to be 1.
Leadership, independence, new beginnings. So,
Oh, I see. So if you're trying to tap into that wave, you're trying to get into that, you want to have a lot of things that reduce to 1.
Yeah. Yeah. That's basically how it works. At least on like the level that we could probably understand in the short episode, right?
Yeah.
That's it. You want to figure out ways to tap into that frequency, that universal frequency, right? Again, this goes back to why I always put 11, 22, and 33 and 44 on my radio dial, right? It's, and this is a weird thing, and this is anecdotal as fuck for sure. And trust me, like, this is going to sound retarded, but in my life, I've always gotten what I wanted. And I don't mean that in like a pretentious, like shitty kind of way, but the things that I really want in my life, right? Like those things always seem to just fall into my lap right at the moment that I want or need them, right? And I'm not talking about
Tesseract tickets.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like $1 million, like that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? Everybody wants that, but like, there's been times in my life where I was like, damn, rent's due tomorrow and I have $0 in the bank. What the hell am I going to do? Right. And then like the next day, on the day that the rent is due, somebody calls me and they're like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. Come work for me today. I'll pay you $1,000. Boom, done, handled. Right. And stuff like that has happened to me all through my life. Right. Like, you've known me personally for a long time. You know that I live like a very like precarious type of lifestyle. Right. Like I'm a little bit of a rebel. I like to live on the edge, go with the flow, that kind of thing. And
Kind of, dude. You're not that crazy.
Not anymore.
At least anymore.
Not anymore, but like, back in my 20s for sure, and, like I said, everything always seemed to pan out and work out, even if I wasn't like really trying to make it work out. And I honestly give that credit to things like using the number 11, 22, and 33 just regularly, like almost religiously, you know. She'll turn the dial to 10 because she's like normal people. She likes to have her radio dials at intervals of
Even
fives, right?
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, like whether it's 10 or 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's what most people put their radio dials to, right? Because it makes sense. You like a nice round number for the radio dial. Not me.
For some reason.
For some reason, right? I always just choose master numbers. And again, this sounds retarded, but you know, I give the credit to that for why like I'm riding the wave and that things just happen the way that they happen, you know?
Dude, what's your like birth numbers reduced to or something like
I don't know. Let me
Let's see, dude. Let's see if you don't even dude, had you not looked this up already?
no.
He's like, it doesn't matter, dude. I'm already on the wave. I don't need
I
to
just
look
ride the
that up."
wave, bro.
I'm on the wave, bro. I know I'm on it.
So my birthday, completion, humanitarianism, wisdom, universal love and enlightenment, creativity, expression, and optimism. Sounds
I
like
mean,
me.
you're getting white pilled, bro.
Sounds like me.
You've been getting white pilled lately. You've been like,
So
it's either black pilled or white pilled. You're like, yeah. We're also super creative. Yeah.
yep.
Heck yeah, man. What about your name? Do you get a similar vibe off the name?
I did both of our names actually. Let me go
Oh,
back.
you did?
Yeah, I did
Uh-oh.
both of our names.
Uh-oh.
Spooky time, spooky time.
Charles Creamer, retarded, dumb, hopeless, idiot.
So mine boiled down to stability, structure, discipline, freedom, change, that adaptability, adaptive. Why can't I say that word today? Adaptability, power, ambition, and material success. Yours boiled down to cooperation, balance, diplomacy, power, ambition, material success, creativity, expression, and optimism.
Bro, that's us.
I'm saying,
Dude, you have power, though, bro. You should be governor or something.
dude, I am powerful, man. We had #1 in Uganda, bro. What are you gonna do? That's power.
Top 10 Finland, bro.
That's power, baby.
Let's go,
I got
baby.
Bitcoin in the bank, brother. I got all the power I
Power.
need.
That's tight, dude.
Yep.
On that wave. Do we have like special numbers associated with us, or is that more like astrology?
No, that's just the gematria and numerology. So for mine, it's 148, 77, and 62. So there's 3 different gematria decodings. English ordinal, English reduction, and Chaldean. Thank you. So there's like 3 different
That's
ones.
Ancient, dude. That's like Sumerian.
Yeah. So mine are 148, 77, and 62. Yours are 101, 71, and 39.
101, 71, and 39?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The 39 is creativity, expression, and optimism. That's the, what do you say, Chaldean?
Yeah, Chaldean.
Yeah. So 39 in Chaldean reduction, creativity, expression, and optimism.
Huh. That's interesting. I always felt like 4 and 12 were big numbers for me. I don't know why.
Well, that's another thing too, right? There are like lucky numbers, and this is another part of this too that we're not even taking into account when you add the astrology piece to it, right? So the way that works
Yeah.
is, and I'm not one of these like, you know, let me read my chart every day, but like there's something to the sky clock for sure, right? And
Obvious. I mean, if you're in denial of that, you need to read more books.
right, so like
Like the whole world operated off of this for a long, like we got the science we have now off of people using the stars for seasons, signs, all sorts of things.
yep,
Highly advanced civilizations, the pyramids, it's all sky clock.
yep, 100%. So
So-
like the idea with that is you combine the gematria with the numerology with the astrology, and the astrology piece of it is like, here's an example. I don't know the specifics, but just throwing it out here. Let's say you're born in like the year of the horse, right? Your opposite sign. So if you're looking at the wheel, right, with all the zodiac signs on it, you know, if you're born in the year of the horse, like your opposite sign, I think, is the snake, right? So in all horse years, you should generally have good years, right? Whether that's success or health or whatever it is. And in snake years, those are bad years for you, right?
Let's test it out, dude.
I don't.
What am I?
Hold on.
I was born in 91. What's year is that?
Hold on. I gotta set up a new.
I'm so curious now, dude. 'Cause I've never heard of this. So now
how do I
want to see if
prompt?
there's any significance.
Hold on. I gotta prompt this to like set it up right because that's how you do these things, right? So give me a
You got
second here.
Go for it. Y'all are about
Like
to
rubbing his hands together,
know a lot about me in a second. You're gonna know if I had some good years or bad years.
I want the good years and bad years. Example, horse versus snake. Okay, got it. Tell me your year and I'll give you the Chinese zodiac sign for that year, its general traits, and whether it's considered a good or bad year based on traditional astrology associations. Okay, now what's the prompt now? What's the I'll go with mine. I'm a Gemini.
No, do mine.
Okay, what's yours?
I'm Sagittarius, 91.
What is Sagittarius?
Message limit reached.
No! Freaking feds, dude. Dude, copy and paste your prompt into ChatGPT.
I don't have ChatGPT anymore. I deleted it.
Just Google it.
I'm about to Google it.
Crystal, get on it. Produce the show. What are we paying you for?
I got blood work results back, and I was looking at those.
They're good. Don't worry about it.
They're not.
Okay, people born under the Sagittarius sun sign in 1991 are known for their adventurous spirit, optimism, and thirst for knowledge. They are often enthusiastic, philosophical, and possess a great sense of humor. That's definitely you. Potential challenges, tactless honesty, impatience and restlessness.
Don't tell my dad that.
Commitment issues, potential for overconfidence or naivety, notable strengths, optimism and enthusiasm, love of learning and exploration, generosity and open-mindedness, and intellectual curiosity.
That's pretty on point. What's my good years? I want to know. I'll tell you if they're right.
What year is the luckiest for Sagittarius? 1990, 2003, 2025.
That's 1993?
Yeah, there's like, because it goes through the whole zodiac before it comes back to itself.
Yeah. What was the other one? 2000 and what?
Is 1990, 2003, 2025.
2003. I don't know if that one was that significant. I was a kid, so who knows? Sagittarius is the truth seeker. The arrow is always seeking, brother. That couldn't be more me. Not that I ever find it, but I do seek it. I don't know, dude. I've never seen this person in here. It's self. Is it me? But also half man, half beast. The duality of sorts. Yes, I am half man, half beast, if you know what I mean.
Lucky numbers 6, 5, 3, and 8.
Huh. 6, 5, 3, and 8.
Lucky days, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
I think I was born on a Wednesday.
Eventful years 6, 15, 24, 33, and so on. And
Bro, wait, what? Hold on. Say those numbers again.
6, 15, 24, 33.
Whoa, dude. I think Levi was born on my birthday when I was 24. I'm 33 now. It's been a pretty cool year. And I had my third kid when I was 33. Holy moly.
Wait, did he just say he's 33 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
didn't
am.
know I was older than you.
Well, I look older than you, so that's
There
the one
you
that
go.
counts.
That's just because you're
That's the
tall.
one that counts. Because I'm bald. Do you see
Tall.
this? Oh, tall. I thought you said bald. I was about to be highly offended.
He's about to reach through that screen and be like, I'm the bald one. I'm the bald one here.
Oh, a self in the chat said they are me. Sweet.
No.
That's
We're
pretty scary.
we're all you. We're all consciousness experiencing itself through life.
You could be.
I almost nailed that, but I dropped the ball. It sounded good.
QB Jeff, do you know your life path number?
Do I know my life path number? No, I don't, and I can't ask Grok anymore because my daily limit is out. How do I find that?
Let's get on the GPTs. How do you
Find
determine
my
your
life
path
path
number?
number.
Hold
Sorry.
on. We got this for yourself.
Find my life path number. Here we go. I'm a male. Put in my birthday. I don't want to say it over the internet because one of you guys will steal my identity.
Your social security number. Oh, I don't know your birth date. I would do it for you.
I don't know the time of my birth.
I do.
Birthday?
Text my
May
mom.
24th.
Text my mom and ask her what time I was born.
I got you.
We're gonna figure this out.
Lucky that I texted with
What
you.
year were you born?
Clearly these
Me,
days.
I was born in '89.
89. Old gay. I was born before the microwave.
I gotta drink more water. I'm not
Instagram was sold to China.
All right. Mom has been texting.
Dude, the chat is all over the place right now.
What is? I can't read it from here.
Let's calculate your life path number step by step. We're going to break down 5, 24, and 1989, right? That's your birth date?
That's the birthday.
Hey,
Okay.
Moore's finally in the chat.
What's up, Demore? I don't see you in here, but... All right, your life path number is 2. You take your day, your month, which is 5, add 6, add 9, which is 20, reduce it down to 2. Your life path number is 2. Core, theme, harmony, diplomacy, cooperation. I think we already covered that. Strong in empathy, intuition, and seeing both sides of a situation. That's you. Naturally tuned to work with others, mediate conflicts, and find balance. Spiritual symbolism. In Hebrew thought, 2 represents partnership, duality, and witness. The letter bet, or a 1-looking 2 number, has a value of 2 and is the first letter of Bereshit in the beginning, hinting at the building of relationships as the starting point of creation. Wow.
That's interesting because duality is like one of my favorite concepts too. I actually have a bunch of duality tattoos on me.
And you also like double numbers.
I do like double numbers.
Those are dualities. 11, 22, 33. Interesting, brother. And you didn't even know that.
Yeah, you know, actually, I found
Coinky dink. It's
there's
like
a lot of
you
things
fell
like-
into the wave.
there's a lot of things like that that happen. You know, when I was 18, you know, I was a real rebel back then, right? So I got my first tattoo ever, and it was a Baphomet, right? And I got the Baphomet because I thought it was metal, right? And I was like one of those kids back in the day. I was like, yeah, hail Satan, bro, right? Like I was that guy. So I got the Baphomet tattoo. I have another one on my hand right here, okay? And when I got those tattoos, that was why I got them, because they were just cool, right? Like they were metal, right?
I want to be cool, dude.
Right. As I've gotten older and I've like researched a lot of this stuff and like, you know, actually discovered who I am as a person, right? Like I said, duality is like a big thing that I think about often. The Baphomet is actually a symbol of duality. It's not.
Yeah.
It
He's got the
originally
2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, it wasn't originally like a satanic symbol, right? Like that's something that the church way back in the day kind of like, you know, when they were doing all their inquisitions and stuff like that, they mislabeled, if you will, a lot of these symbols and practices as like satanic, right? And of course, the Church of Satan took that and ran with it, and it became like its symbol. But the universal language of it all is duality. And it's like interesting. Like you said, I fell into the wave without even realizing I was falling into the wave.
It's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly. And what we started off the podcast talking about the numerology or whatever of the Shadow Band podcast and how it's like this duality when it's saying about the numbers being something with communication. Now it's this duality of being shadow band but also communicating still.
Right.
It's like, and this was your idea to do this. It's
Yeah, like literally
even that was like
Shadow
dual-
Band podcast, but we were #1 in like some countries, and you know, like we had high
Yeah.
rankings, but we were Shadow Band. Yeah, it's a weird duality of this situation.
It's kind of crazy, dude. The Moore's asking about some guest on the rabbit hole. What was that about?
Yeah, Mike Oliver. This guy, bro, you got to watch this, man. It's definitely not smooth brain stuff. It's
Wrinkle
know,
brain?
you got to have wrinkle brain for sure, dude. So this guy, he has invented or discovered, I don't know, he invented or discovered, or however you want to frame it, a new way of understanding the laws of the universe. And he built a system in a GPT, right? So he came up with URT, universal resonance theory, right? And it basically, the idea from what I gather thus far is that, you know, there's an ether in the universe. There's a harmonic resonance that permeates through the universe, and every atom, every element, everything in the universe resonates at a specific resonance. And depending on the physical like locality of where you are in space time, right, and what you are made of, those elements, you have a specific tone or specific resonance. And when
Makes
things
sense.
yeah, and when things are in a, what's the word he used, he references everything with fit and unfit. So if the resonances fit together, you have like a harmonic resonance, and like all these things happen. And then if they're unfit, there's like a dissonance, if you will,
Yeah.
and creates disturbances. But yeah, he's broken down basically all of known physics, all of quantum science, all of it into this URT theory that he has it running
I
through
like
a
it.
GPT, and it's wild, man. I mean, we sit there and ask it questions live on the Infinite Rabbit Hole, about, you know, quantum this or physics that, or, you know, the other night Jeremy was asking it about like psychedelics, and he asked it, why is it that people who take DMT seem to experience the same hallucinations regardless of them being in the same place or not, or different times, but it's just like a universal experience that happens. And URT's answer was, well, when you're on dimethyltryptamine, your resonant frequency band that you're experiencing expands, and you're able to take in more of the information that the universe is projecting out. So you're able to essentially see more. The filter is being lifted. You're able to see more truth because the filter that is our minds is being kind of like expanded or removed. And that's why all these people see the same entities and have the same experiences on these psychedelics and stuff. And that's just like one example.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of what we've been driving on to begin with. It's like your bandwidth opens up and you can like just take in more data for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Or you can like navigate through another, you know, you can hop on another communication channel for a second and like just get loads of download from somewhere else. That's crazy. Self wants to call in. We don't have the call in feature yet, but
We do
it is
have a
something I
link
think we
for
can
it.
do.
There's a link for it on here. We've never used it, so I have no idea how it works. But there is.
I don't want to test it right now.
Yeah, we'll have to set up a time to test that.
I don't
But
want
I'll
you to
tell you-
derail the episode just in case. But next Tuesday, let's try to get a call in.
We could try that. Hey, Self, who are you, by the way? Do you follow us on any of the other platforms? Like, are you in like the groups or anything
Yeah,
like
DM
that?
us or whatever. We'll set it up.
Yeah, you could. I mean, I talk to people all the time, man. Like you could.
Yeah,
hit
we
me
have
up.
listeners as guests all the time.
Yeah.
If you watch some of our older episodes, we had the Moore was on. We had, and he was just in the chat, but he told us about freaking 9/11, dude. It's one of my most dynamite episodes.
He said, "Let's fucking go, maybe soon."
Yeah.
All right, yeah, DM us. We'll make
Yeah.
it happen. We're gonna work that call-in feature out.
Shoot us a message. You can find. I mean, I know it's Facebook. Everybody's like, "You're still using Facebook." Look, we're old, bro. What did I just say? I was born in '89.
Yeah, make us a
dude, okay?
Reddit or something or a Discord, and we'll just get in there. You could be the mods of it. We don't care.
Yeah, but if you find us on Facebook, we have a group,
Or
Shadow Band
Instagram.
Podcast, or Instagram. Just shoot us a DM or whatever, and we'll talk about it. We'll set something up.
Heck yeah, dude. Some call me Drizzy Drucifer. All right, sick, dude.
Oh, is this who I
What's
think it
this
is?
like super famous YouTuber and we don't know who it is?
I think I might know who this is. Do I know you? Do I know you personally? Because if it is who I think it is, then I know you.
Tight.
I know somebody who goes by Drizzy.
It's not Drake.
I don't answer questions, bro. You know what I mean? What's your reasonable, articulable suspicion? You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, dude. Sovereign citizen, baby. All right. Well, I love that, dude. I'm pumped on these numbers. I love how some of those things they just describe us. They describe us. They describe the show, our life to some extent. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Had
yeah,
no
there's
idea.
Definitely a lot there, man. And again, I'm not the guy, right? You're not the guy. We're just firing from the hip here, but we're getting some nuggets, right?
Yeah.
We need to find the guy and have the guy come on here and break it down for us.
I think the Moore said it's Donut. No, Old Shinobi said it's Donut Factory. Donut Factory is the guy.
Oh, Donut.
We got to try to get Donut on.
I got Donut's sticker on my water bottle. You see it?
Dude, let's DM Donut. See if we can get him on the show on the
I don't
pod.
know him, but I've talked to him a couple of times on other shows as we've done like Swapcast together. So
Yeah.
I'm familiar with Donut.
Let's
Yeah, you're
get
right.
Donut
Donut
Factory
is
on.
the man. He knows all that shit. Yeah. Let
We'll
me
reach out to Donut, and then I got another person that is gonna hit us with some secret research here if we can get it coordinated.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, well, cool, man.
Cool. Well, I guess that's it, huh? My mom.
I
never
got
texted
anything
me
else?
back, huh?
Your mom has not texted me back.
Damn, I was gonna get the time of birth and really dial it in, but oh well. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, follow, share, find us on other stuff. Crystal's been working on the website again.
Yeah, all of our episodes are on.
Yep, episodes are up.
We're on
Spotify,
Spotify.
Apple,
That's where all
Podchaser,
most of our crap is.
all those places. Crystal's working on revamping the website. I know we haven't had a website in a couple years now, so we're bringing the website back up. She's working on new merch. We're gonna get merch just like this banger of a hoodie right here.
That's coming back.
Yeah, we're bringing this one back because this is a banger transhumanism hoodie, right? Bringing this
Tight.
one
I love
back.
it.
It's probably going to be a few throwbacks from old shit. So, yeah, man, we'll do it. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to hit up Donut. Like I said, I've chatted with him before, so shouldn't be too hard getting him to come on. So,
Word. I love that. Let's do it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching.
thanks for watching. Deuces.
Bye.
Hit the button. Turn it off. Shut it down.
Shut it down, please, God.